Hello and welcome to week 9 in a 12-week half marathon training series. Well, I've had quite the week, to be honest with you, which is sort of what you expect from me, isn't it, by now? I mean, last week, did you see last week's video? I only managed to do one run, but then I knew that was going to be the case. I knew week 8 was going to be a bit on the dodgy side, and I had these great plans for week 9 that I was going to go out and make up for it. Now this week I had an email from the race organisers of the event I'm taking part in a month's time, a bit less than a month actually at the time of recording this, worryingly, and they said at week 9 it's not uncommon to enter panic mode and to sort of go out and overdo it and then injure yourself. And they said the main thing you want to do at this stage in your training is not get injured. Seems like good advice, doesn't it, really? Yeah, but of course I was in kind of panic mode thinking, yeah, I haven't trained enough, and that's what they're saying in this email. Yeah, don't think that. They were saying that you've put in all the effort in the weeks leading up till week 9, so from there on you can cruise through to the start line. That's all right if you have actually put the effort in. I feel I kind of haven't. I mean, I've had some weeks, don't get me wrong, I've had some weeks where it's gone quite well, really, and I've had other weeks like last week when it most definitely hasn't. And let's not forget when I fell over in the woods like some kind of clumsy oaf. Now, speaking of that, I have unfortunately done something similar. I didn't fall over this time. Oh no, I've topped that now. No, I did better than that, because I actually fell, but instead of falling forwards this time, I fell down from a bit of a height. I know, I seem to be developing, I've never been clumsy. Managed to spend decades not being a clumsy person, and I seem to have developed that superpower in recent weeks. I don't know what it is, really. And also, of course, seriously, it does dent your confidence. When I fell over in the woods, did not me, I felt a bit bad. I felt like a bit of a fool. Yeah, it wasn't entirely my fault, but I chose to run down there, so I've got to take some of the blame, let's be honest. And falling from any kind of height, well, that is entirely my fault. And I really felt like, beginning of the week, as I was lying on the ground, actually, I did think to myself, that's the half marathon gone. And I have picked up an injury, because of several injuries actually. I mean, I had cuts and bruises from the fall in the woods, and now my cuts and bruises have cuts and bruises. So yeah, I am got cuts and bruises again, and really worryingly, my feet and my ankles, shin bone, both left and right, were quite sore. So week 9, I had all these plans of going out doing several runs. Well, I've actually rested for a few days since this crazy incident, of which I am the only one to blame. And yeah, so that was Sunday that this happened. So today's Thursday, and I've actually left it to Thursday afternoon to try and go for a run. And this, well, let's be honest, this is going to be a bit of an experiment, because I've got no idea. I could run a few feet and just go, no, I can't do this. So yeah, I'm a little bit worried. This is a kind of a fact-finding mission. As I've been doing my warm-up here, my right foot doesn't feel too bad. That's good. Left shin does feel a little bit icky. So this is a really difficult thing to know quite what to do, because I want to see how I do, but I don't want to overdo it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to go for it, and I'm going to tell you on the other side, whether that's 5 minutes or 25 minutes or however long I go for, how I get on. Well, I've been going now for 25 minutes. I've done about 2.5 miles, so I'm not pushing it. Feet, ankles, shins feel, touch wood, fine at the moment. So that's really good. I have to be honest, I really thought that I'd blown it when I had my clumsy little additional fall. And even though I am very much a glass half full person, as I've said so many times on this channel, it doesn't matter how glass half full you are, your confidence can take a knock sometimes, and I had to have these two things happen sort of quite close to each other. Yeah, it's not good. So I was a bit disappointed about that, if I have to be honest. And so it's really nice to come out now and be successfully running. I mean, this fall, I'm not going to bang on about it because I want to try and forget about it, but seriously, I could have put myself in A&E, really. I'm very lucky not to break something. I just feel like a fool. And I think, I've been thinking about it since, and I think, you know, I never used to be clumsy, I said, and clearly I am now. I don't think that's it. I think what it is that I need to concentrate on what I'm doing in the moment. I'm not 25 anymore, despite these boyish good looks. I'm long past that, so I think I just need to kind of, I seem to be rushing from one thing to the next. I've got so much stuff going on, and oh, don't we all, let's be honest. But I need to think about the moment, think about what I'm doing now, not what I'm going to plan to do in half an hour tomorrow, because that's when I take my eyes off the ball. Yeah, lessons to be learned there. I think the university's trying to tell me something. There we are, run complete. Let's stick the times up on the screen and you'll see that was a pretty decent run. 5.7 miles, which is just over 9k. Bit of mental arithmetic, it's about 9.1, is it? Something like that. So that's good. At one stage I thought, oh, I might make a 10k, but you know, I didn't want to overdo it, and my right knee was actually feeling a little bit funny, but I don't think that's got anything to do with recent incidents. That just happens sometimes, but both of my knees can sometimes be a bit niggly, but you know, I just keep going and it seemed to be okay. But you know, I didn't want to take any chances today. There were a few bits where there's a sort of a gentle incline, but where it was steeper, I did stop and walk, because I said I just don't want to take any risks. So, but I'm really happy about that. I thought today, well, I mean, I thought there was a real chance today that I wouldn't get anywhere. Genuinely thought that might happen, because when I first injured myself, and also we're going to talk about it, I won't in a minute. When I first did it, I really thought that's it, half marathon is gone, and I could barely walk for a little while. It was awful. So but each day it has felt a little bit better, and then today, yeah, I thought I can give it a go. So that's brilliant. I am so pleased about that. And yeah, you know, I did have a bit of a wobble, and I don't know, I think you know, nothing in life is sort of black and white. It's various shades of grey, if you can still use that terminology these days. And you know, with the book, and but you know what I mean. It's you know, we're a kind of mix of contradictions a lot of the time, aren't we, people? So there's all sorts of stuff been going on. You know, I've spoken about it in recent videos, stuff going on, and I think all of that does, you know, does affect you, doesn't it, in different ways. And so I think I was probably due for a wobble, but it takes a lot to get me down, I'll tell you, for any great length of time. So yeah, I feel much better. And also, don't you find this? It's a sunny day. It's been about kind of 18 degrees Celsius this afternoon, and that's nice. There's a little gentle breeze. It's a nice, isn't it? Nice weather to run in. Yeah, and yeah, it does. It just lifts your spirits, doesn't it? Getting out in the fresh air. And yeah, I knocked off work a little bit early today, so I might do a little bit of work tonight to catch up, but that's the advantage of working for yourself. So anyway, I'm waffling too much now. This is very dull. Let's see what happens for my next run of the week and see if it's just as positive as this one. For this challenge, I'm raising money for Hearing Dogs for Deaf People, an amazing charity that trains assistance dogs for hard of hearing and deaf members of the community so they can lead a normal life. The dogs can alert their owners to sounds around the house and out and about, as well as being an all-important companion and enabling them to leave loneliness behind. Anything you can give will be gratefully received by the charity. Thank you so much for all your support. So it is now, what, 3 days later? Last one was Thursday, today's Sunday. Wanted to give myself a nice break because, you know, I didn't know what knock-on effect it would have after recent events, but I'm pleased to say nothing major happened, which makes a change for me at the moment. And yeah, that's why I'm come out for a run today. I feel really good. I really feel like I've got my mojo back on the running. Today I just want to run and run and run. I can't say I've really had that feeling for a while, to be honest. And yeah, that's really good. So today I thought I was going to come out. I know I'm not really following the program anymore, but I do want to try and get some slow, very slow runs in. Try maybe slotting an interval at some point, but you know, at the moment I think the important thing, just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. And if I want to go out and just run and run and run, that's precisely what I'm going to do. So I'll see how far I go today. I don't want to, having said that I want to run and run and run, you know, I don't want to overdo it. Thinking about that email from the race organiser, very sensible. So I'm just going to go a bit, see what happens. Right, run complete. And I basically did what I said. I just kind of kept going till I got, you know, not a million miles away from home and thought, well, I better stop now. But I could have kept going. Let's stick the times up on the screen so you can see what I did. So 7 3/4, 7.75 miles I did. But I think actually these two runs this week are more important for the time. So the last run I did an hour. And that was, I didn't know, it was probably 59 minutes longer than I thought I was going to do. So I was pleased with that. And today it was about 82 minutes, which again, really happy with that because I'm starting to, you know, build up a bit of time and getting into a rhythm. And I really enjoyed that. That was great. I so enjoyed that. I actually ran on from where I kind of like my favourite 10k route I've talked about on this channel. It does vary a bit, but it's sort of thereabouts. And I went on from that and I went on up into the next town and sort of ran down. There's a river that runs through the town and ran through that. And not through the river, I'm going past here. What am I talking about? And I haven't run. I was trying to think as I was running down there, the last time I've walked down there with the dogs quite often, but I can't remember the last time I actually ran down there. And it must be, I don't know if I've done that this year actually. That's how long ago it probably is. I don't think I have. So it was really nice to kind of stretch things on a bit and just find myself somewhere different as well, and to put in a real effort, real amount of time. So that's great. So this video has been far too long, so I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I feel like I've kind of turned a corner. Things have been really iffy in this training, but yeah, I feel really good, and I've had a great week, and that is such a bonus. And actually, with the kind of stuff that's been going on, I've had stuff going on that I have mentioned in previous videos, and getting out running, doesn't it make a difference? It just lifts your spirits. So I'm so thankful that I've discovered running, and because it's such a great thing to get out and lovely day like this and go for a run. I'm waffling again, aren't I? Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you've enjoyed, hit like if you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you for another update as we get ever closer to the event next week.